raise awareness of therapeutic recreation programs and services that can improve the health, I should say, and well-being of individuals. And as you can see, Dr. Lozzi is joining me now from Sunset West Health. What exactly is therapeutic recreation?
Well, a lot of people know it as recreational therapy, right? And so it's a way for persons, I tend to focus on the elderly population, the geriatric population, to really have activities that can address their specific health needs, whether it's psychosocial, mental, physical. We'll talk about a lot of those, but think about it as something that we don't talk about a lot because it's not like that mainstream health thing, but there are a lot of things around it that can help people get healthier as they go older.
So what are some of the activities to help maybe improve or maintain recreational therapy?
Yeah, so I think one of the things in the graphic there was sort of in that group they were doing some gardening, right? There's swim therapy, there's playing chess, there's puzzles. There's a host of things that go into these 5 domains that we talk about, whether it's social, physical, cognitive, emotional, and it's really targeted to focus on allowing people to maintain their physical and mental independence as they go through the stages of life.
So what are some of the benefits?
Well, I think the biggest benefit is independence. That's the way I look at it. But again, it can also improve symptoms of depression, self-esteem. You know, one of the things that we don't talk about enough is as we've gotten into this mobile and computerized and IT world, a lot more people are alone. Right? There's a lot of feelings of self-isolation, and all of these can help. As people get older, they can increase their strength and physical fitness, cognitive abilities. It's actually been shown with a lot of data to show that if you engage in recreational therapies, you can actually slow the progress of dementia and Alzheimer's.
Okay, so why would you say that regular engagement is so important for older adults?
Well, I think there's a lot of things, right? Long-term cognitive health is the biggest thing. I just mentioned so the dementia, Alzheimer's. As you get older, you slow down, right? You start to forget things. There's actually a disease called Alzheimer's dementia. And so firing the brain consistently can help. Sense of community and purpose, like we talked about. If you're alone and you're isolated at home, just getting out of your house, whether it's through a ride share or a friend, or if you're still able to drive, getting out there can trigger that, and I think that's really important as well. There's some other long-term benefits that also go along with it, and that's getting stronger. I think that's huge. There's a lot of data that shows that the more muscle mass you have as you go older, you actually reduce the risk of injury. You reduce the risk of hip fractures, which is a huge one for older women, and then just better physical fitness, feeling better with your body, and you talked about that with the athletes in the Olympics.
Well, would you say that it helps with the mind too?
Absolutely. So I think one of the things that people should really realize is that there's strong data to show whether it's playing chess, puzzles, reading books, right? All of those things trigger the brain, and they actually help your mind stay sharp. They force those synapses in your brain to actually fire more often. And a lot of times you get older, kind of get lazy. I mean, golf's not bad, but you want to actually do mental exercises as well as physical exercises.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Okay, can you give us some examples of some recreational therapy?
Well, absolutely, right? So there's active and there's passive, right? So whether it's taking a walk, going on a hike, riding, I really believe in swim therapy. It's a low impact therapy for people, not just older, but even younger athletes, right? If you can't get back to running and hitting and tackling and shooting, swim therapy is huge. And then there are the things I talked about, right? Art, drawing, crossword puzzles, right? Those connect the dots, draw by numbers, those are all huge. And then just going out, right? Meditation, gardening, things that keep you active, engaged, and firing are critical as you get older in the timeline.
Okay, so where can we find some helpful resources?
But again, I mean, we always talk about this, right? There's a host of places. And you know, it's funny, I get a lot of calls, emails, messages. People say, well, I never even knew these places existed, right? And so that's why we put them out there, people, so that you can reach out. You can see them, whether it's a spine association, board of therapy. There's a host of physical therapy organizations around. I will tell people that it doesn't have to be these organizations. They're helpful. They can drive things. They can focus it. But you can do a lot of these things on your own. Get a coloring book. Get a puzzle book. Just engage with society. I think the worst thing you can do is be isolated on your phone and technology. That's not going to help.
I agree. Well, if you have a question about your health, shoot us an email at news@kvi.com, and Dr. Lozzi will answer your question.
I'll try to answer.
Live. I think you have the answers. You always have the answers. And just a reminder, you can watch this story and all of our Be Mindful stories, KVIA, ABC-7, CTV app, I should say, Roku, Fire TV, and on Apple TV as well. So we're all over the place.
Keep your mind.
Doc, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate you.